When Beyoncé and Jay-Z dropped $200 million on their Malibu compound, everyone talked about the purchase price. But buying a mega mansion isn't the flex. Today, we're pulling apart the brutal math of the $100 million mansion and why it might be the ultimate financial trap. A 20,000 square foot mansion doesn't run itself. You don't hire a cleaner. You hire a mini corporation. At the top, there's an estate manager, basically the COO of your house. They coordinate every vendor, every schedule, every emergency. Salary, $120,000 to $200,000 a year. Below them, you need at least 2 full-time housekeepers just to keep a property that size at presentation level. That's another $100,000 combined. A private chef? $80,000 to $150,000. Groundskeepers for the exterior. Pool techs. A personal assistant who's basically on call 24/7. A luxury real estate firm in LA ran the numbers on a $20 million property. Just the staffing came to $290,000 a year. And that was before a single light bulb got changed. Now scale that to a $100 million estate with guest houses, wine cellars, and grounds that look like a golf course. You're north of $500,000 in payroll every year. And you can skip the chef, you can skip the PA, but stop paying for maintenance staff and the house starts eating itself. Next up is property tax, which is basically paying rent to the government on something you already bought. But before we even get to the annual bill, there's a fee you pay just for walking through the door. In 2023, LA passed Measure ULA. Any property sale above $10 million gets hit with a 5.5% transfer tax. So buying that $100 million mansion costs you an extra $5.5 million on day one. Not annually, just the entry fee. That one policy quietly froze the top end of the LA luxury market. Sellers can't move inventory. Buyers adjust their offers downward. And the mansions sit there, bleeding cash every month nobody lives in them. Then comes the annual hit. In California, the rate sits around 1.25% of assessed value. Sounds manageable until you multiply it by $100 million. That's $104,000 a month, just in tax. You could buy the median American home 3 times over with 1 year of this mansion's tax bill. And California isn't even the worst. New Jersey and Connecticut push past 2%. A $100 million estate in the Hamptons? You're looking at nearly $2 million a year, just to the county. Insurance on a normal house runs about $2,500 a year. On a $100 million mansion? Completely different planet. Standard insurers won't even write these policies. You need specialist high-net-worth carriers like Chubb or AIG Private Client Group. And for a property at this level, annual premiums land between $250,000 and $500,000, depending on where you are and what could kill the house. And if you're in a fire zone like Malibu or Montecito, good luck. After the LA wildfires, major carriers have been pulling out of those markets entirely. Some owners are getting pushed onto the California Fair Plan, which is the state's insurer of last resort. Limited coverage, inflated prices. Not exactly what you expect when you're paying $500,000 a year. Across the US, home insurance premiums jumped 24% between 2021 and 2024. Another 8% projected for 2026. Now apply that trend to a $400,000 base premium. Every renewal cycle, the number goes up. And rebuilding a custom mega mansion costs 3 to 4 times more per square foot than a normal house. Your insurer knows that. You're paying for it. If you think these numbers are theoretical, let's talk about the one. In 2014, a developer named Neil Niami set out to build America's biggest, most expensive mansion. 105,000 square feet on a Bel Air hilltop, 21 bedrooms, 49 bathrooms, 5 swimming pools, including a 180-foot infinity edge overlooking Los Angeles, a 4-lane bowling alley, a 40-seat movie theater, a nightclub, a casino, and a wine cellar holding 10,000 bottles. He called it the Mona Lisa of real estate. His asking price, $500 million. It would have been the most expensive private home ever sold on Earth. Instead, it became a financial catastrophe. Construction dragged on for nearly a decade. Costs spiraled. The property racked up $180 million in debt. And when it finally came to market, it couldn't even pass inspection. The pools were filling with algae because the filtration system was inadequate. Thousands of square feet of white marble flooring had been improperly sealed. The house didn't have a certificate of occupancy, meaning nobody could legally live in it. Miami's development company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. The mansion was forced to auction. The final sale? $126 million. And the buyer, Fashion Nova founder Richard Seguin, reportedly needed to spend another $20 million just to make the place habitable. From $500 million asking to $126 million sale. That's a 75% haircut on the most ambitious mansion ever built. And the running costs on a property that size? They never stopped. Every single day between listing and sale, the meter was ticking. That's the math of mega mansions. The purchase price gets you in. The running costs decide whether you survive. Every real estate professional knows this rule. Budget 1% to 2% of the home's value per year for maintenance. On a $100 million home, that's $1 million to $2 million annually, not for upgrades, just to stop things from breaking. And this isn't your typical call a handyman situation. The roof on a property this size can span 10,000 square feet of premium slate or copper. Full replacement runs $500,000 to over $1 million. The infinity pools with vanishing edges, integrated spas, and heating systems? Monthly maintenance hits $2,000 to $5,000. That's up to $60,000 a year just on water. And the listing that shows you the Italian marble bathroom? It doesn't show you the $80,000 bill when the radiant heating under that marble develops a leak. An $18 million beachfront estate in Hawaii logged a total running cost of $500,000 a year. And that's a property worth a fifth of what we're talking about today. When your address is public record and your house just got featured in Architectural Digest, congratulations, you're a target now, and that's not hypothetical. In 2023, Beyoncé's mother had her LA home burglarized. Over $1 million in cash, jewelry, and valuables taken from a safe. Drake's LA mansion has been breached twice. In 2024, NFL stars Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce both had their homes hit within 48 hours of each other. When your net worth is public knowledge, your home becomes a shopping list. 24/7 armed security requires multiple officers working in shifts. One guard post runs $130,000 to $500,000 a year, depending on training and location. Most mega mansions don't run one post, they run 2 or 3. Main gate, perimeter patrol, interior monitoring. That's potentially $1.5 million a year just in warm bodies. Then bolt on the surveillance tech. AI cameras, motion sensors, license plate readers, panic rooms. Installation runs $50,000 to $200,000. Annual monitoring adds another $20,000 to $50,000. The purchase price gets you in the door. Security is the subscription fee for sleeping at night. So, let's stack it up. Staff, $500,000. Property tax, $1,250,000. Insurance, $350,000. Maintenance, $1,500,000. Security, $750,000. Utilities, $120,000. Total, approximately $4,470,000 per year. That's $370,000 a month. $12,000 a day. Rain or shine. Whether you're in the house or on a yacht in the Mediterranean. And unlike commercial real estate, a mansion generates zero income. It doesn't pay you rent. It doesn't appreciate predictably. And when you try to sell it, the buyer pool is so tiny that properties sit on the market for years. Niall Niami learned that the hard way. Meanwhile, the meter never stops. $12,000 a day, occupied or empty. The purchase price gets you in the door. The running cost traps you inside. And that's the irony nobody talks about. The person who owns the $100 million mansion is usually somewhere else. On a yacht that costs $17,000 a day to park. Flying on a jet that burns $1 million a year in maintenance. Sitting in a first-class lounge while 3 separate properties bleed cash simultaneously. The mansion isn't a home. It's a subscription service you can never cancel. We've already exposed the brutal math behind private jets and super yachts. If you haven't seen those, the jet video is on screen now. We'll see you there.